This here is a BMW iX50 M Sport. In here, I have to say, is so nice. The spec on this car is amazing. This seat that I'm sitting in is so comfortable. You could go on a long journey. It's got amazing seat functions. It's got seat massage, heating, cooling. I've been using this car for like 4 days. And this menu here, I'm still working it out. It's got so many functions, it's ridiculous. But one function I do really like is it's got this panoramic glass roof. So at a press of a button will go from opaque to clear. And there's buttons right here. So there we go, now it's clear. And now it's opaque. I really love that touch. The speed of this car and the way it takes the road, it drives as good as a Rolls Royce, and that's saying something for an electric car. I mean, I love electric cars. One thing you notice about this car, it's got a very, I don't know how many, I'm not very good, I should have paid more attention in school. 1, 2, 3, 4. A pentagon, a hexagon, an octagon. Anyway, it's got a funny shaped steering wheel where it's flat at the both ends, like a 50p piece. When you first see it, you're a bit like, I don't know if I like, but the steering wheel's actually good because when you're just driving, you can either hold it like the top, nice and straight, or the bottom. Actually, I quite like the steering wheel of this car, even though it looks unusual. There's loads of functions with this car, so many. You can gesture it. Obviously, like other BMWs, I know people say the M5 does the same thing. M5 competition, a crap of it goes. Anyway, it's new to me, okay? I don't drive M5 competition, a Krapovic exhaust, running in service. Yeah, I don't do that. But this is new to me. So you can wave your finger, and the volume goes up, and you wave your finger, the volume goes down. It's got these amazing driving modes, and they really do make a difference. So you've got sport, you've got efficient, you've got expressive, you've got relax, and they really do work. You can really feel the difference in how the car drives in each mode that you change. You do also have like a personal mode where you can set the setup to how you like the car to be. But I find round town, it's best to have it in like relax mode or expressive mode, because it seems to just be nice and simple and easy to drive. Before any other dealers were really going near them, I was buying up electric cars. Mainly back in 2015, these consisted of mostly Tesla. 2022, 7 years later, there's a whole variety of electric cars out there. And since 2015, I've made it my mission to buy up at least one of every type of electric car, just so I get the opportunity to drive them, use them, live with them, understand them, see how the batteries work, see how long they last, see how battery anxiety is when it runs down and you start panicking, where am I going to charge it, all that stuff. So I feel that I've really built myself up as an expert in the electric car market. My new purchase, I was chasing one of these for a while actually, because I was looking out on the market and they do a 40 version and a 50 version. And I didn't really want the 40 version because when I looked at it, the range was like 280, 250. And I think now in 2022, the way the electric car works, unless you're buying the small electric cars, which are like the city ones, they can handle a small range because you're only really driving around a little bit around the city. But when you want to go something bigger and more of a family car, the range is so important. And this BMW 50, the range on this is about 350 real world mileage. And it makes a huge, huge difference to when you're actually using this car, the amount of times you've got to charge it. I think BMW really are doing well on battery technology and range. And from driving this iX the way I've used it, I think they're pressing Mercedes all the way. And both companies at the moment technically have overtaken Tesla because the European finish on the cars is something that Tesla can't achieve at the moment. So really and truly, I think BMW looking forward with the new i7, looking back at the i3 and how great that was as an electric city car, I think are doing such great things in the electric marketplace. It's got one of the best heads-up displays that I've ever seen. This head-up display is so good. It warns you every time you come into a speed camera, and it tells you how far it is away. When you're using the sat nav, it brings it up really well there. It's really easy to use, this car. Navigation. I mean, all the functions on this car are here. But what I like about this car mainly is I've been using this car for, I think, 5 days. And I'm telling you, I've used the car. So I've used it properly to take my kids to school, to go to work, to come home, to do the other stuff, go to the supermarket. I had the car fully charged. That was 5 days ago. And here I've still got 53% battery and 152 mile range. This is incredible. I mean, literally, I've almost got a week's worth of driving out of this car. And I do some driving. I'm not like live 1 minute from the office. So I do some, driving. And it's still got so much battery left, which is, I mean, what more can you want from an electric car? This is exactly what you need. It is so smooth, so comfortable. The suspension, I mean, it makes zero noise, obviously, because it's electric. But I like that. I've kind of got into that zero noise for cars. But this is just one amazing car. This car I've got on the market at about 109,950. The car listed, I think, about 114,000. So you're kind of in that Tesla Model X bracket, and you're kind of in that Taycan bracket. Maybe not the turbo, but maybe the 4S. To be honest with you, I've driven the Taycan. I'm not a massive fan. Two things I don't like about the Taycan. I think the range still is too low for what it is. It doesn't give you that extra range that I think you really need in an electric car. And I don't like the drive. I know it's terrible to say, but I kind of don't like that gearing, the way the Taycan's set up with this kind of 2-gear thing. Other people might say differently, but personally I didn't enjoy the Taycan too much. And obviously it's in the same kind of bracket as maybe the newer or the new Model X. Now, BMW build quality compared to Tesla, I mean, it doesn't take a genius to work out which one's built better. And the other thing, functionality in a Tesla is excellent, granted, but I think this is a nicer place to be. For me, I would take this car over the Tesla and over the Taycan. And the only car that I'm after at the moment to compare this car to, and until I can find one at the price I really want to pay, is obviously the Mercedes EQS. So if you're out there and you've got an EQS, but it has to have a hyperscreen, I really want to buy one, so give me a call. My final thought on this car, it looks a great car. I know it's a bit of a Marmite car, but for me, it's really grown on me. In terms of luxurious comfort, I mean, this thing drives as good as a Rolls Royce or a Bentley. And that's saying a lot in terms of ride, comfort. One thing I love about electric cars, because I've been driving an electric car myself for a while, you really do get used to the quietness of an electric car and not having that engine noise. And I think that, combined with the level of interior finish and all the toys in that car, make it one of the best electric cars you can buy in the market today. So this is Dan from Mayfair Prestige. Please like and subscribe, the button somewhere, and watch out for new videos coming soon. I hope you enjoyed this review. There's a lot more coming up in the future. Like I said, like and subscribe.